Did I forget to turn off the intro space here? I sure did. I also don't have my lights on. I should fix that. Oh no. Oh, we're here. We're here. Yeah, you know what? No, I changed my mind. I don't wanna. I'll see you guys later. I've been informed I must do this. I committed. Okay. Hey everyone. Quentin Michael here from Shaggy Turtle Studios. I thought Jankuary was over. I thought we were finished with jank shit. But no. No. Today has been a wild ride. How's everybody doing? Zatara, my man, Brabrun, whatever. Welcome in. Billy Mount, Sayla, hey everyone. How's everybody doing? Good. Jankuary shall persist. Apparently. So for anybody missing context, they announced a new Terminator game today, and it looks damn good. Comes out in September. I probably won't be the one who buys it because my brother, who fucking loves Terminator 2, it's one of his favorite movies, is already thinking about buying it himself when it comes out. He's pretty interested. More interested than even I am. And I was gonna play more God Hand today. But when a new Terminator game comes out the day I'm streaming, well, is announced the day I'm streaming, and I don't know, it just felt like today's the day I should play some Terminator. I should do some Terminator games. And I was gonna do the Sega CD version. But by the time I got the stream started, it was already 7 o'clock. Or not even 7 o'clock, it had just turned to 8. It was 8 o'clock, yeah, because... Sure, it was 8 o'clock by the time I started the stream because my computer was slow and I didn't have a playlist ready, so I had to make something quick. Hopefully the playlist was good for you guys. Hopefully it had some entertaining things in it. But at that point, I realized, oh, it's going to be too late for me to want to do this. Grant's going to be online in like 30 minutes. He's going to be playing Terminator CD as well, and I'd kind of like to raid in there and watch him play that as well, because that would be fun. So, what else should I do? Well, I mean, Sega CD Terminator's not the only Terminator game there was. And so, we're biting the bullet here, and at least for a little bit, I'm going to show you guys an alternate future. Because that's very appropriate for the Terminator. But in order to show you that alternate future, I must show you the past we had. Is this stupid fucking game? This coming out. Pissing all over the Terminator Legacy. My inner AVGN's coming out here because this game is garbage. And you've seen me defend some pretty jank shit before. Like, you've seen me defend games that are usually considered bad. This is not one of them. This shit's awful. Like, just right down to the music. Are you guys sick of this music yet? I don't even remember when this came out. I don't even remember. I don't think it even has a copyright date on the screen. See? Terminator, created by Radical Entertainment. Produced by all these people. Thank you for unleashing this onto the world. Seriously, what year was this? What year was this? No, this was not LJN, Sayla. This was not an LJN product. Let's see. Licensed by Nintendo. 1984. That's when the movie came out. There isn't even a... Make me go to the internet for this one. Making me go to the internet for this one. All I want. Oh my god. December 1992. This shit came out in 1992. There had been a Terminator game in development since 1989, which is already pretty weird because the original Terminator came out in 1984. So it took quite a while for them to get to making a Terminator video game. And this was not the game we should have gotten. But you know, actions speak louder than words, right? So why don't we sit down here and I'll show you guys firsthand what this is all about. Oh yeah, you know we're about to see some serious shit. Wrong movie reference, but there's still time travel involved, so you know what? Checks out. Alright, so let's just jump right into this shit. Find your way to Skynet base to travel back to 1984. That's our first mission. We start out in the sewers. And already, I want to kill myself. Hold on, let me switch using the because that'll probably fit better since it's an NES game. So we have two buttons. Have a jump. The jump is, there's a delay to the jump. Alright, so when you press the jump button, he has to bend his knees first before he jumps. And it's not just the jumps that's delayed, even his movement is delayed. Like, he slips all over the place. His graphics also, just look at this. This looks like, this doesn't even look finished. And then, of course, you have the button that you would assume is your fire button, right? But no. When you press it, you go into a firing stance, which then lets you shoot in one of three directions. Three very specific angles. You can't even turn around while you're like this. You have to let go of the button and then turn around. You can't shoot in the air. You can only shoot with that, good. Prince of Persia, this is not. Oh gosh, I wish it was Prince of Persia. Or Nosferatu. I love that game. Now, there are grenades. I have not figured out how you're supposed to fire them yet. I would assume it's like a button combo of some sort, but none of the buttons I'm pressing are doing anything. You have a pause. Pressing both buttons together doesn't do anything. So I have no fucking clue how you fire these grenades. I'm not looking up the instruction booklet for this shit. Are you kidding me? Oh, we got a Terminator right over there. Oh, what? Oh, why am I... Oh, okay, no, select switches weapon modes. Okay, so we figured that out. I'm sure that'll be helpful. Hey, Rocco, and ongoing pedigree! You just got an instant ban! Stupid, cheap viewer bots. I hate these things so much. Hold on. And lock report is a bot. Internal error? What? Alright, I'm not even allowed to report this one this time. I got an error for trying to report it. That's cool. A bot drops in, it's just like, get me! Get me now! And I am all too happy to oblige. Gives me a chance to stop playing this shit. Oh gosh. I'm actually gonna have to play it. Okay. Just a second. Give me just a second. Like a cyborg followed me to get to you. Very appropriate. Okay. Also, the buttons are flipped around from what you would usually expect for jumping and firing. If you played an NES game, you know what it's supposed to be like. Every time I accidentally shoot in this, it's because I'm pushing the button thinking I'm going to jump. That is clearly a pit where I would die if I fell into it. But the Terminator was allowed to just get right back out of it. Okay, that's fair. You have to make sure you duck down to get items. gosh, I cannot put into words how ass this feels. Oh. More grenades. Now, bastard. Ah! Oh, okay. Alright, I can't jump and shoot. That feels like the most natural thing you should be able to do, right? Like being able to jump and shoot, but no. Now he's just out of reach of my thing. Damn it! Look at that user. Look at the heads up display up there. Seriously, that shit doesn't even look finished. Alright, makes my job easier. I don't even know what I could say about this. I mean, just look at this. Like, it doesn't even look appealing. Alright, so far so good, I think. Okay, go that way. Damn it. Ah! That's not fair at all. Welcome back, Billy. I looked away. You are terminated. Try again. And it's back to the start. Gosh. Alright. Like, honestly, without picking up a controller yourself, it's hard to explain just how bad this feels to control. From the delayed jumping to the slipperiness of the controls, like, nothing about this feels right. I just talked about the controls. Like, nothing here feels right. Not to mention the button you'd use to normally jump is B, no, the A button, and then B would be fire, but no, it's backwards here. Because really, what does it matter what order the buttons are in, right? Like, that's arbitrary, right? Wrong. There is a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it, and this game has done it the wrong way. Hit Arnold in the face a few dozen times. How come you fully hate B button? Seriously. I maintain that this game doesn't even feel finished. Like, look at the way it looks, then you feel the way it plays, the way the heads-up display looks. Like, nothing about this says this is a finished product. This says, oh fuck, we've been trying to get one of these out since 1989. And we need to get something to market, and it's 1992, and oh gosh. That's what this says to me. This says we ran out of time. And they certainly did. We'll talk more about that as we get later into the night. Fucking. Well, gotta do that all over again. This reminds me of a part in the Ninja Turtles NES game, but that's way more fun than this. I like the Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles NES actually has good controls. It was 1 year after. Yeah, seriously. Oh, we won't have to imagine that, Billy. I'll tell you that for free. We're changing the future tonight. Go. Damn it! Gosh. Like I told you guys, I was planning to do the Sega CD game tonight, but it got way later in the day than I had intended for it to be, so I have a limited amount of time to stream it. And frankly, Terminator on Sega CD deserves to have more of a spotlight on it. I didn't run out of time too, and it's a masterpiece. Yeah, that's true. We will get back to God Hand eventually. I completely lost track of all time last week, which is why we didn't get a God Hand stream in then. And we were going to do God Hand tonight until a new Terminator game popped up. And it was like, oh, cool. I actually would love to play Terminator on the Sega CD. And that gave me an excuse to do that, and then it got late enough, but I'd already been preparing a Terminator show all day, so it was like, what am I gonna do? Not do that? Fuck. Yeah, what am I gonna do? Not do the Terminator show I've been preparing all day? Nah. So I decided we'd do something a little shorter. And a little shitter. And this certainly is. By the way, I know there's a secret way to get some extra lives by cheesing the enemy respawn. I'm not doing that shit. Ain't no way in hell. I don't want to play this shit for an extended period of time. We just want to see how far we can get for a bit. There we go. Finally got that right. Yeah, this game comes out... I can't get over this, though. This is from 1992. This feels like 1982, frankly. Which, bear in mind, is a year before the Famicom itself even existed. That's how out of date this feels. Like, nothing about this screams this is a 90s NES game. This is embarrassingly bad by any metric, but the fact that it came out so late in the console's lifespan, that's the incredible part about how shit this is. On. with me? You're looking for Shaggy Kalna. Nah, he's not here. I haven't seen him. But the best Action 52 game by far. You know what? Wait, what the hell? Huh? Wait. Is there a platform there that I can't see? Oh yeah, there is. Okay. That is not centered in the TV screen correctly. That's interesting. That's what I get for emulation, right? Yeah, because I would totally own a real fucking cartridge of Terminator on NES. Yeah, the screen croppings. Fine, okay. I am not going to play around with TV settings right now, as, that would be far more stimulating than this game is. Anyway, let's reset the console. Jurassic Park also came out during that period. Jurassic Park's a much better game. No, what's funny is that Action 52, as bad as it is, and it is terrible, Action 52 at least actually has some pretty good music, if you can believe it. There's some good music in Action 52. This game doesn't even fucking have music. Like, I refuse to call the noise we're listening to right now music. This is noise. Just embarrassing. There you go. Shot the Terminator in the feet. That'll take him. I'm not sure why the TV's off center. Anybody want it to be messing around with TV settings? Yeah, T2 has some pretty bad video games, but honestly, I don't think any of them are as bad as this. Even that awful Terminator 2 game on the Super Nintendo. And it is bad. Like, it's not a good game. But honestly, I would say this is worse than that, frankly. Play this shit at raves.
サッキングなんてことはもってのほかです。
Yeah, that's a shame because it's Michael Biehn. Come on. Alright, we made it back here. Let's see if we can make it any further. Man, I don't even know who the audience for this would have been. Like, okay, I guess we have the new Terminator movie coming out, right? Like, yeah, okay. A game based off the original... Bullshit. Bullshit. But yeah, a game based off the original Terminator coming out. Okay, yeah, okay. Maybe that would appeal to somebody. But can you imagine being the poor sap who got this for their birthday or Christmas, and you just had to sit there trying to convince yourself it was good? Like, I know I'm the guy who usually tries to make... I try to make people look at some games they might not like in a new light. You know, I try to find positive bends to these. The minute you pick this game up and start playing it and start controlling it, anything positive you might be able to say about it just instantly goes out the window. Because it just instantly feels bad to control. Like, there's not even a level of, like, acclimatizing to the controls here that can be done. It's shit. It's garbage. The first time you press the jump button. There we go, okay. Hey, we made it outside. I need to make this clear, by the way. By the time this game came out, the Super Nintendo was already a thing. Alright? We have the Super Nintendo by the time this came out. And this shit looks like this. What? What the f... was that? Why is Leon Kennedy so low poly? Welcome in, small supernova. Yeah, Terminator on NES. It's a crime against humanity is what it is. Also, hold on, what? You're playing as Kyle Reese in this game, Billy. Wait, no, Billy. Why would you not be playing as Kyle? What? No shit, you're playing as Kyle Reese. What? Who do you think I thought I was playing as? John Connor? I'm not a buffoon. I know the story of Terminator. This game's a buffoon, though, because seriously, what the hell was that where I literally fell through the screen just there? You all saw that, right? Like, I just fell through the screen. Shoot that in the butt. This in the butt, too. There is no control in this game. Oh, cool. I can't even shoot that one from over there. And I'm dead. Or terminated, I guess, if we want to use the game's terminology. Alright, let's give that another run. I'm not doing this shit for much longer. We have way better things we could spend our time doing. Like pulling the wings off a fly. There we go. Question for Simulator: why is the turtle shaggy? Is it moss, fur, something else? Is he a Muppet? It's fur. He's not necessarily a turtle either. That's the thing people don't understand. I've spoken to Shaggy a few times about it, and he's not even sure where he came from. He's technically immortal. People have killed him before, and he just respawns back in his pond. So, our assumption is that he's some sort of Lovecraftian being, not even from this dimension. That's been my assumption. I don't even know. He just volunteered to be the mascot for the place. I've also found at least 2 marketable plushies of him somehow. Found this thing while I was on vacation. Little bastard's trying to make himself look cute and cuddly. Look at this. Look at this. It's upon at least a nice place. Yeah, it's pretty good. We've actually we've had footage of it that shows up on the channel sometimes. It's a nice little place. Just don't throw any garbage in his pond. We had to make a PSA about that once. It was not pretty. Journalism McLeod. So small. Also, my hair is gorgeous. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment on my hair. Well, here we go. I'm gonna continue this. Kill Terminator in front of me. He's just jumping all over the place. There we go. Oh, and another one. I didn't have to shoot that one. Ass. Oh, I should use these grenades on the small turret. Yeah. Fuck, am I actually strategizing about this game now? Am I actually putting a modicum of thought into how to beat this game? That's a sign we should be done with this shit. That's a sign we should be done. Good. It has some sexy... Yes, Billy, if you had some patience, we might get to that. I don't know if you saw the image I used to advertise tonight's show. I feel like everybody heard Terminator on NES and just assumed it was this game. Y'all should take a closer look at the image I used to promote the show, though. Oh, you son of a bitch. What was that? Motherboard is ashamed to have birthed you. You bastard. We go, shot him right in the dick. We all know the Terminator's true weak spot is his penis. That's not even remotely true. We've all seen Terminator 2, right? We all know the scene I'm talking about. Okay. Now be careful because I can fall right through the platform here for some reason. Because the boxes on this thing are absolute shit. Alright, coming up here is the one that I have to... on, right? Oh my gosh, they even put a heart right there to let you know. There we go. Damn it! Fell to the platform again. I knew I was gonna do that too. I knew I didn't hit that thing right. Can you guys believe this was sold in stores? Motherboard likes me best. Yes, I know. We already talked about that, Billy. We already said it was... Again, this was 1992. Terminator 2 was already out. Like... That's the thing I cannot stress with this. You look at this and you think, okay, the original Terminator came out in 1984, so this was like 84, 85. Not the best looking thing, but the NES... The NES only came out in like 1984, like you know... No, it didn't, actually. 1986. The NES did not hit American shores until 1986. The point is, you know, in that context, around 86, 87, you could look at this and go, yeah, okay, so it's an early NES game. But then you have to stop and you realize, oh, this isn't an early NES game. This is 1992. Terminator 2 was out. The Super Nintendo was a thing. Damn it. Shit. This is garbage. So yeah, we got this. I'm not even gonna really try to finish this game, frankly. You just all needed to understand what we got versus what we have. Okay? You all needed to understand what this is. What we're looking at here. The fact that we got this. Like, I can't... Please cave. Oh, my buddies are playing Minecraft. I want to go play Minecraft. I'd rather play Minecraft than this shit. Oh, man. So, if y'all will give me a second, we're gonna go over to the theater. If you can believe it, we're gonna go over to the theater for just a second. Because we almost had something great, everyone. We almost had something. This stuff all ready to go. I need my playlist. Oh no, this is for Metal Warriors. I made that trailer. Because there wasn't an extra trailer for that. Grant, I know he is, Billy. I'm in his server. Me and him literally had a same brain moment. I'm also assuming I'm not going to get many viewers because he's on. That's part of why I also don't want to do a very long show, is because I want to watch Grant play Terminator 1. Anyway, if you'll give me a second. Just for a second, everybody. We're going to come over here and we're going to watch this in the theater. Here we are, this. Well, let's look at this real quick.
If a major motion picture was ever made to be a video game, it has to be The Terminator. In fact, when you really look at it, it's a video game of sorts already, with human heroes pitted against a monstrous mechanical enemy, a nail-biting plotline, and a non-stop manic chase through every part of the city. And of course,
I mean, I guess it's like a video game
arsenal
like
of video
that.
and audio effects that made The Terminator the action hit of the 80s. All that's missing is a way to translate the movie's incredible audio-visual action to the small screen, and a way to control it, which is exactly what the software pioneers at Sunsoft have done. We're bringing The Terminator back in the biggest way possible, as the very first home video game to feature movie footage and interactive graphics technology. That's right, the same technology that transformed the arcade a few years ago, with computer-generated graphics so incredibly realistic, they literally bring games to life. Thanks to the same magic, The Terminator is the most amazingly lifelike home video game you've ever seen, with scenes based largely on actual movie footage and graphics that set a new standard for Nintendo software. And that's not all The Terminator's got. Want constantly moving multiple screens? You got them. Room-rattling sound effects? You got them. In fact, when you add it all up, you'll see that The Terminator has bestseller written all over it. Of course, that's what you've come to expect from Sunsoft, as title after title climb toward the top of the Nintendo charts. When it comes to bringing the best of the arcade home to the Nintendo Entertainment System, Sunsoft knows what it takes to be the title holder. And that goes for a lot more than just the titles themselves, because our marketing effort is every bit as explosive as the games we're offering. Sunsoft Packaging is the boldest and brightest on the market today. Sunsoft Advertising is designed to hit your video game customers where they live and turn them into buyers.
That is an amazing ad.
And Sunsoft
I love that.
products, from bona fide arcade hits like Spy
Hey,
Hunter and Xenophobe, to hit
one of those
movie
guns.
adaptations like Platoon and The Terminator, give us one of the most powerful, fastest growing libraries in the Nintendo software universe. So don't wait.
That is a
Put the
hilarious
record-breaking
Terminator
popularity
drawing.
and breakthrough motion picture graphics of The Terminator to work for you today. And keep watching for more of the biggest and best new titles in home video game software from, who else? Sunsoft, the title holder.
All right, so let's talk about that for a bit. Let's talk about that. Because what you guys were watching there was a promo for Sunsoft's Terminator. It was a game they were working on. 1989 was around the time that was being worked on. Which is good. Yeah, the crazy to use Zapper on. Not realizing it didn't work. I always just love the sound this thing makes. That's a satisfying sound. I actually once took that sound into a sound software and modified it until it sounded like a laser. I probably still have that sound effect laying around somewhere to use in my videos. Why are they xenophobic, damn? Alright, so let's talk about this. So, Sunsoft, most people nowadays know them for their amazing NES output with stuff like Blaster Master and Batman and Gimmick and Journey to Silius, right? Like, that's what we think of. At the time this came out, Sunsoft was actually not as well known for these sorts of games, if you can believe it. They were more well known for... They did the NES port of Xenophobe. They did... you saw Platoon in there, which is not a good game. Spy Hunter. This was Sunsoft before they actually got big. Like they were not making all the crazy NES games they're known for. Blaster Master was kind of where that all started. Yeah, Gremlins 2. Like, those are the Sunsoft games people think of when they think of, Sunsoft. But a lot of their earlier output, not as impressive. The NES port of Spy Hunter, not really. Xenophobe, meh. Platoon, not a good game. Also, can't really blame Sunsoft for that one because that one's actually a conversion of a computer game, which also wasn't very great. Yeah, this was not quite Sunsoft at their peak yet. Now, here's the thing. Most people are aware of the fact that the Terminator game they were working on eventually became Journey to Silius. However, the game in this promo, that is not Journey to Silius. I have a running theory about this, and it seems very, very likely. I've never been able to confirm it, but I've talked to it from friends who work in the industry, just ran it past a lot of people, and it seems to be a fairly good theory. What we're seeing in this promo is an earlier attempt by Sunsoft to make a Terminator game that, from looking at the footage here and what they're trying to describe, it's just like the movie, lifelike graphics, all that stuff they're describing. It sounded to me like they're trying to make a game like Dragon's Lair on the NES. And I don't mean like the NES port of Dragon's Lair. You heard they mentioned technology from the arcades. Dragon's Lair was basically like a movie that you pushed the right buttons at the right time, FMV, quick time events, that sort of stuff. It sounds to me like they were trying to make that sort of game for the NES, looking at that promo and what they were saying it was going to be like, trying to replicate the movie experience. My guess is they were trying to make a game that was going to feel closer to Dragon's Lair, where you had to push the right buttons at the right time. And look, there was also a maze navigation scene. Kind of reminds me of Golgo 13 on the NES, right? I think at some point, I actually don't think that, Billy. I think that would have been too ambitious. I think it would have sucked. I think that their plan for a Dragon's Lair style experience on the NES, with potentially some maze scenes like we saw there, I think that was too ambitious for the NES. I think that if it had come out, it would have been a buggy, janky mess. People would have looked back on it for being inventive, for sure. Like, people would have said, oh yeah, that's really creative. They really shot for the stars here. They should have done a Doom, I guess. Sucks to suck. This was before Doom, though. This came out before Doom. Yeah, Dragon's Lair on NES wasn't like that. It was a regular platform game. Yeah, but I'm not talking about the NES version of Dragon's Lair. That didn't even enter the equation here. And that's actually a great example. They didn't try to convert Dragon's Lair to NES because it was a borderline impossible task. Although they did somehow port Dragon's Lair to the Game Boy Color. And the Dragon's Lair port on Game Boy Color plays like the arcade game, if you can believe it. It is a legit port of the arcade game on the Game Boy Color. It is an FMV-style QuickTime event arcade game. It is a thing. Anyway, the non-labeled bottle, it's just water. It's just water. I actually can't have alcohol. I have a gluten allergy. But it does fit the aesthetic. Anyway. But yeah, so you feel lied to. Anyway, so that sort of game wasn't possible. So I think Sunsoft decided to go back. I can pretend to be a booze hound. Dude, my when I used to play RPGs with my friends, we didn't play Dungeons and Dragons, we played Earth Dawn, but I actually played as a lizard man character. They're called a Scrang. I played a Scrang warrior who actually had an alcohol problem, and I actually got bonus experience points for staying in character. Which was one of the funniest things. My guy actually separated from the group to go check the cellar of the place we were in for wine or something, like any sort of alcohol. I was looking down there. He found some. And then later, when it was time to reunite with the party, he Kool-Aid manned himself through a wall to get to them. It was hilarious. Anyway, so after Sunsoft, I think, eventually realized they couldn't make the Terminator game they thought they were going to make, they scrapped development and started again, making a much more simple run-and-gun platformer game. This is what we would eventually get as Journey to Silius. And obviously, the reason it became Journey to Silius would be because they lost the license. Probably because they ran out of time on that license, because when you're granted a license for a popular property, movie, cartoon, whatever, you have a deadline to get that product out by, or you lose the license. This is part of why LJN pushed all of their games out so quickly. There was a time limit. These games had to come out by a certain time. And I guess Sunsoft must have gone past the time limit because, well, we didn't get a Terminator game from Sunsoft. And obviously that license would get shuffled off to Radical Entertainment, which is how we got the trash we were just playing. But Sunsoft didn't stop at their Terminator game and go, yeah, we'll just scrap the whole thing. No. They took what they had and made it their own original game, kind of inspired by Terminator. And we would get Journey to Silius. But people have always wondered, what if that Sunsoft Terminator game had actually happened? What if we'd actually gotten that? People have always wondered that, you know? Pretty cool to be able to play that version of the game. Oh, hey, it's that Terminator game that's coming out. This is the game that inspired the whole stream. Let's stop and look at this, guys. Let's stop and look at this. Coming out in September. Let's look at this. This looks super fun. This looks like it's gonna rule. I have no doubt it's gonna rule. It's being done by, Bitmap Bureau. And Bitmap Bureau made, Xenocrisis. Or Xenocrisis, whatever you want to call it. And that game rules. Yeah, this looks like it's gonna rule. Also, Billy, I don't understand what you mean. I'm telling you, the game they were making was originally a Dragon's Lair style game. Then they realized that wasn't going to work, so they decided to make a run and gun with the Terminator license, but the license ran out. Literally what I was telling you. The license for Terminator ran out before they could finish their game, so instead of scrapping the whole game like some would do, they just took it and finished it as Journey to Silius. That's what they did. It's a case of them taking too long to make the game and losing the license. At which point, the license was given to Radical Entertainment, and we got the shit they made. But I posit to you all, what if Terminator by Sunsoft had actually come out? That'd be a crazy timeline to live in, right? That would be something else, right? Anybody surprised? Anybody confused, maybe? Look at that, the Terminator, 1989, Sunsoft of America. Ooh. What's this? Stogies. Alright, so what are we looking at here, everybody? Well, it's not that I found a prototype ROM. That doesn't exist. There is no Terminator branded version of Journey to Silius. This is a hack of Journey to Silius that tries to make it more like a Terminator game. I mean, hell yeah, right? Let's get right into the game. How about it? Los Angeles, 2029 AD. The machines rose from the ashes of the nuclear fire. Their war to exterminate mankind had raged. But the final battle would not be fought in... It would be fought in our present. Right. By the way, this music was not edited in. This is what the music in the original game sounded like. Thanks to a recent episode of Wheel of the Worst, I can think of Arnold as him being a terror in Rio, narrated by David Attenborough. I'll probably stream that when it comes out. Yeah, Billy. Getting to the back feature treatment, 2029 is so soon, and it'll probably be shitty but boring. Probably. Alright, so here we go. Sunsoft's Terminator, or at least an approximation of it. This is based off of screenshots from inside of a magazine, by the way. But they based the color palette and the sprites off of when they're editing it. It's still Journey to Silius. It still plays exactly like Journey to Silius. They just changed the aesthetic slightly to turn it into a Terminator game. Ow. Ow. Not an easy game, by the way. Oh, come on. I always love the music in this game. Ow. Dang it! Even in a game with good controls, I can't jump over a pit. But yeah, this has good controls. The AI Uprising, you'd love to see it be right one time. Alright. Going. Try it again without sucking, right? I like that you can see the missiles being fired in the background, by the way. That's a really nice touch. As an aside, Journey to Silius is a really good NES game. If you're collecting for NES, it's absolutely one worth putting in your collection. Pretty much any late Sunsoft release is worth picking up. Sunsoft knew how to make the NES sing. Now. Ah, fuck. Terminator decided to run on the outside of the plane. Fuck! We'll have to make another run at it. Alright, let's try this again. Let's suckitude this time. I say as I run right into an ongoing explosion. Gosh. The bass line in these Sunsoft games is incredible. Like, the bass and the drums. You can tell you're playing a Sunsoft game because of how it sounds. I said less suckitude. Fucking kidding me. In another year, a couple months at least, the bodies are getting better, but they aren't ready for mass production. That, and while certain things have been implemented in the government, it's not nearly as extensive for an entire takeover. It is enough to start a war between countries if it wanted to. I love living in a cyberpunk dystopia. It's my favorite thing. Yeah, that sums it up. Kyle's just reminding you all of the rules. Ow! But yeah, see, Billy, we don't have to pretend we got it. Some kind soul out there already did it for us. Although I'll admit, as cool as it is to have this, I do think Journey to Silius itself is more aesthetically pleasing. Maybe I'll show you what that's like in a bit. I want to actually get to the boss first, though. I know I can do it, I just need to not suck as much as I've been sucking. Need to suck less. Fuck. Really? Hey, Falco, welcome in. Desperately trying to remember the rest of the lyrics. Alright, back to this again. But yeah, we don't have to wonder what it would have been like to get the Terminator NES game we deserved, because again, somebody out there actually did a hack to help turn Journey to Silius back into the Terminator game, which is cool. But I have to admit, and we'll switch over once I can actually get to the boss, because I do want to show you guys the awesome sprite makeover they did for the boss. At least I think it's a sprite. We'll find it. I'll fall in a pit is what I'll do. I'll fall in a pit. I'm incredibly intelligent like. This is not an easy game. And I did not play it growing up, so I actually don't have a ton of practice playing it like I do some other games. And I'm gonna land right on that, sure. Man, I love the bass in these games. The fact that they actually decided to use the sound sample channel to put in the FM bass, that is such a cool choice. I love that. I almost wanted to do something like that for the music I was making for one of my games, but I didn't. Damn it. Doing that. I'm playing a game with good controls and I still keep falling into pits. I will say, there are a few things they could have done to make the game look a little bit more like the screenshots. They mainly edited the sprite and a few of the bosses. But if you look in the instruction manual, not the manual, if you look at the screenshots from the magazine, you can actually see a few of the enemies also look different. These guys, these walker enemies, didn't look quite so chunky. Damn it, I was trying not to land on that. Hold on. What do I have on me? Have... There we go. See? Not the machine gun. Oh, by the way, you notice that your regular gun? The zapper. I love these. Alright. Anyway. I don't want the shot coming from it. But here, check out what they did with the, Turn it into an HK. Now. Maybe I should be using the shotgun here. Not shotgun. Maybe I should use the machine gun there instead. I might have misunderstood the assignment. Try that again. Here's the thing, though. A lot of NES games can get away with being hard as long as they're still fun to play. Like, this feels good to play, even if the difficulty is way up there. The fact that it feels good to control and move around immediately encourages you wanting to get back in there and play more of it. As opposed to the actual NES Terminator game that we were playing earlier, which I wanted to turn off as soon as I started moving. Because, good lord, you can barely move in that. There we go. I'm starting to get into the swing of things with jumping. I love the destroyed cityscape background, by the way. That's excellent. Could have done better. We were doing so well right up until the end there. Come on. Fuck! Oh, hold on. Oh, okay, he's dead. Now let's try the machine gun. You might have noticed the part at the top of the screen that's kind of scrolling along with that. It's because the hunter-killer enemy here is actually part of the background. Damn it! Oh, okay, we ran out of continues. Okay, well, I showed you the first stage, so hold on here. Well, I'm gonna show you guys what the version that actually got released is like, real quick. That'll be in here. Down here. There we go. This is the game that actually got released. This is Journey to Silius. Came out in 1990. Probably the amount of time it took them to rework the graphics to be a Terminator game. Let's just jump right into this. After many years of space colony development, Jay's father has passed away. That's a hell of a way to start your game. Evening News reported that Jay's father's death was an accident. Several days later, Jay finds a floppy disk in his father's room. And here the terrorists are planning against the colony development. They decided rather than rip off, you must complete my mission if I cannot. So, rather than ripping off Terminator with their plot, they decided to insert some Gundam in here. Not that I'm gonna complain. They will pay the price for the death of my father. That piece of pixel art there goes fucking hard. Look at that. Alright, stage 1. Dude, look at the sprite animation on that walk cycle for this guy. Look at Jay's walk cycle. That's awesome. Oh, okay, yeah, they changed that thing. They did change some of the enemy designs. Yeah, see, that boss has been changed too. But yeah, they actually changed plenty of the sprites in the Terminator version to make it look more like a Terminator game. Kinda makes me wonder why they didn't change the walker enemies, though. I think I'm starting to get the idea here. Oh, what I need to do is I need to duck that high shot, and I need to, jump over the 2 low shots it does. Let me try that. Or I can just run up there and shoot it in the dick like that. Look at that! Helicopter enemy, but now... Yeah, see, they changed a lot for the, Now? Oh, okay, now he's shooting. Damn it! Nearly had him. This is on the Nintendo Switch Online, if any of you have that, by the way. I don't pay for those subscription services, but if you have Nintendo Switch Online, you actually have a place to play this. fantastic game. I actually would recommend giving it a shot. I just can't get over how cool Jay's walk animation is. Like, that's awesome. That's a heroic march right there. That is somebody prepared to march against the robots. Oh, she actually broke his foot over it? Damn, that's some hardcore hatred. I can respect that. Here we go, let's try this again. Up. Alright, I killed 3 of them. Dang it. We're getting somewhere with these, though. It was an accident, too. He made like his own version of the music video where he danced to it in mockery, but he landed on his foot wrong. Ouch. I got nothing left on the other guns. I'm boned. There we go. Hey, look at that. We took on one of the bosses. Ew. right. Just put one right there. Sure. Okay. Got another chance to try again. But yeah, as you guys can see, this is an awesome video game. This is one that if you'd gotten back in like 1990, you would have absolutely been happy with this. This would have been right up your alley, I think, you know? And worth pointing out again, the shitty Terminator game we actually got came out 2 years after this. Very polished, yes. I love NES games like this, specifically. This is the sort of thing I live for when it comes to NES. Whoop. There are no health pickups, if any of you haven't noticed that yet. It is a very difficult game. Damn it. How far back does that set me? Alright, okay. That's fair. More lenient than I was expecting. Oh, that's evil. Damn it. Didn't have my machine gun ready. Machine gun would have helped me with that. Hey, Jagos, yes, you got here for the actual good part of the show, because we actually played the Terminator NES game first before this. Just to make a point. But Really like one of these guys to drop some energy from my gun, but apparently that's not happening. I have no clue what that power-up is, but we're not gonna get to find out right now. Oh, gee. I wonder what this is supposed to look like. Damn it. Ugh. Not an easy game. Still have continues left, so we'll try to use our continues. I can't remember how quick that jump is. Music is still a banger. Whee! I have this fun. Oh. Oof. Ow. Fine. Alright, we're nearly through. Oh hey, I actually got some health. There we go. Yeah, I didn't jump fast enough. Alright, here we go again. Okay. Ah, there we go. Okay, game over. Alright, so, we're still not quite done here, though. Because here's the funny thing. Journey to Silius is the, American cartridge. We all know was changed up from being a Terminator game. The crazy thing here, though, is that the Japanese version of the game is also different from the American version. Let's go find it here. It was released under the name Wrath World. Yeah. So here's the Japanese version, and it is different. I have no clue what the difference in the story is, obviously, because I am American. But, oh wait, nope, look at that. It's still in English here. So it's the same storyline. Laugh World, Wrath World. Just Wrath World. It even says it in English there in the title. It's Wrath World. Now, there's not too many differences between the American version and the Japanese version, but there are some graphical differences that will be cool to check out. And honestly, it gives me one more excuse to play through the game again. Or try to, you know, get a little further maybe. So here we go. And yeah, you can already see that the main character sprite is completely different here. I don't know if any other changes were made, but yeah, the main character was changed at least. As for which one you might like better, I think that's up to the individual. Now, ah, fuck. There we go. We actually made some making there. Looking for the Macross aesthetic? A little bit. Great father, send your son on a death mission. I mean, he had to trust somebody with his mission. Also, that shot right before the game begins with Jay looking like that. That is one of my favorite pieces of pixel art in any video game ever. Might be a good time to switch over to the shotgun, honestly. Give me a wider range. Oh, sure, just stand right where it's gonna land on me. There we go. Our first boss down. Two. And Sunsoft just made some absolute bangers for the NES. And you know, it's funny, because recently Sunsoft's Gimmick game got a remake. Blaster Master got a full trilogy. Like this game deserves some love, dang it. This game, its little universe and whatnot, I don't know if we're thinking a remake, a sequel, or whatever, but something should be done with this. And I even know something that I feel like is mostly forgotten to Sunsoft fans that I could probably tie into it and make it even cooler. But you'll have to stick around to find out what that is, so hopefully, dear viewers, you'll be here with me for a little bit just to check out one more thing. Oh no, we're not quite done yet. You'll know Sunsoft made arcade games. They only made a couple, and they were direct ripoffs of other popular arcade games. But they did make some arcade games. So Sunsoft themselves don't really make games anymore. They don't really make games themselves, but they do license their properties out to have new games made for them. That's why we got new Master Blaster games. It's why Gimmick got a release. Sunsoft still exists in a business capacity, but they don't have their own development arm, from what I understand. But they are very dedicated to making sure that their IP is out there and represented. Especially the ones they know they can profit off of. Like, like Blaster Master, which is probably their most well-remembered title. I'm sure they'd love an opportunity to do something with their old licensed games, but that's never going to happen. But yeah, Sunsoft's still around if you look them up. It's kind of incredible. Blaster Master is definitely their most active franchise. That one gets a lot more love than I think people realize. Okay, I just can't hit that guy. The new or hoofed out and trying Revo. Oh fuck. I love it when you can, like, when you're jumping away, but you can still, like, shoot in the other direction. That's a great thing. Fuck. We can make it further than that. Thank you for knocking out your PC last night. You sure appreciate that. My PC's a potato, so I'm not even going to try to run anything new. I believe Lise is currently getting into... Well, she's going to get into Monster Hunter, but she needs to wait for her wrist to heal up first. Her wrist has been giving her problems. She's been playing Sea of Thieves with her boyfriend lately, though. Seems like they're having a lot of fun with that. Posted a video the other day of her and her boyfriend were out on a boat in Sea of Thieves. And while they were doing, you know, piratey boat things, they were listening to Ailstorm in the background. I'll say this, her boyfriend has taste. God dang it. There we go. Ah. There we go. Fuck. I am sucking at this. Now. Ah! There you go. See, that's how you do it. Get our ass kicked by this turret again. Why can't I just remember to do that? Ah, there we go, got him. Just barely. I made it back to this boss. Fuck. Damn it. And I ran out of lives again too, so we're back at the start stage 2. This is something what I'd like to dedicate a much bigger stream to at some point. I was late today. I might even try to do a second stream tomorrow and try to get it started earlier, just because, yeah, I do not have the time to stream as much as I want to. So we'll see about that. We'll see about getting the second stream in tomorrow where we can do a little bit more. But I figure I'd give you guys a little bit of a sampler, right? Hopefully this is fun for you guys. Are you guys having fun? Man, this game is so fun. Seriously, if any of you have a way to play this, I recommend it. Whether you want to do it through, you know, the 7Cs, or you have Nintendo Switch Online, or if you happen to have an NES and you can spare some money to pick up the cartridge. This one is well worth it. There we go. fun. You stopping on veggies though? Just watching them in the back end. I mean, food's good. I recommend making some food. I just made a sandwich before I did my show. I haven't had much food at all. I'll probably get some more after the stream is done. I'll have to decide what I'm gonna make though. Not gonna try ramen though. Just because I don't want to potentially upset my stomach any further than I did a few days ago, because I don't know if the ramen will do that or not right now. I was having really bad stomach ache a few days ago, and I can still kind of feel some of that. So I'm not wanting to eat anything that I think might upset my stomach. You guys have fun with the music? Yeah, it's just fun. Oh. I just love the run animation in both the American and Japanese version. Like he has the march of a hero. I have no better way to put it. That's just somebody you see who's on his way to destroy the robot armies, and you're like, fuck yeah, he is. You know? Now. What's this new gun? Homing missile, huh? I'll try this one. Hello. I didn't seem to be doing much. There we go. Hey, look at that. We actually made it. Hell yeah, we actually get to see stage 3. Tank seems very unhappy. This tank seems very happy to see me. Oh, dude. Oh, things got real Terminator here. Look at that. Guys, I think we made it to Skynet. Dude, this music fucks. Can you guys tell this was supposed to be a Terminator game? Seriously. This is ridiculous. Nope, I didn't time that right. Fuck. Timing for the obstacles is like super tight. Love that. Man, the graphics in this are great too. The whole game just looks fantastic. Now. Ow. Darn it. Oh, it still continues. Oh, okay, awesome. Aesthetically, this kind of reminds me of another NES game called Metal Storm by IREM. I don't know if anybody here would be familiar with that one. Play as a mech in it, and the entire gimmick of the game is being able to reverse gravity. It's a damn good game. I didn't mean to run into him like that. Dang, all the way back here, huh? Really? I don't know about that one, Chief. That seems kind of shitty. Alright, that's a little risky, but it's doable. Okay. My gosh. Stop.
Fuck you, asshole.
The appropriate redeem, Billy. Appropriate. Yeah, anyway. Ah! Terminator hack? No, this is the Japanese version of Journey to Silius, known as RAF World. We made it to level 3. Oh man, I'm at it continues. Alright, let's jump back to the Terminator hack real quick, just so we can get a little farther in the game and see how everything looks, now that we've made some progress. Let's check that out, and then I have one more thing I want to show you guys before we wrap up for the night. Because I think it'll be interesting. So y'all should stick around to see one more interesting thing, because it's actually a Sunsoft game. I don't think a lot of... I look and dress like Lemmy from Motorhead. I'll take that as a compliment. Alright, let me see here. There he is, Terminator. Let's jump back into this real quick and see if we can get a little further and see how they change stuff. Now that we have it fresh in our heads, what the game looks like after they change it. So let's see what this hack makes it back into real quick. Then I'm going to jump over to Grant's stream once we're done here. Let's go. And I actually really want to play through the whole game at some point. I want to get good at this. The game is really fun. And yeah, we can actually appreciate how much they've changed things for this from the NES version now that we're looking at it. I still think they could have changed those hopping enemies to look more like the stuff in the magazine, but that's a nitpick. But they've already changed so many of the other sprites already. And I'm seeing them now that we're playing through this mode, you know? Playing through this hack to make it more of a Terminator game. You can actually see the changes. There we go. There you go. Get him, Kyle. No, Sunday I'll do more, Final Fantasy IV. But, maybe tomorrow I'll do another extra stream just because I didn't get to do what I was planning to do today. Get the machine gun out, or shotgun. Shotgun's what I want. Damn it! Yeah, I have to admit, this custom sprite for Kyle, I don't like his walk cycle as much as I like Jay's walk cycle. Jay's walk cycle looks so much cooler. Again, Jay has the march of a hero. Alright, there we go. Now to switch over to the machine gun mode. And we're gonna take out this hunter killer. Fuck. It has dropped my remote and its batteries. Okay, battery. Okay, remote's coming back on. Okay, awesome. Okay. There we go. Kind of hard to tell where you're supposed to hit on that one with this sprite. They should have made a spot that was a little more obviously the spot to be hit. On the NES version, it's obvious where you need to hit. Anyway, stage 2. Oh, look at that! Another change. We have actual Terminators here, based on the one that was in the underground segment from the movie. That's a nice attention to detail. I'm getting good at this. Comes another turret. I had to deal with these. There we go, see? I have learned the way. Woo! Damn, this is fun. And need I remind you guys, this game was released in 1990. That shit stain of an NES game we were playing earlier was 1992. Forget the fact that the Super Nintendo was out. Forget the fact that Terminator 2 had come out. This game came out 2 years before that other game. Ooh, that's a weird sprite. What are they going for with that? I mean, I like it, but it's weird. Guess that's a model of Terminator we haven't seen before, right? Alright, you know what this giant robot tank has to be. Come on, guys. Let's get a look at it. You know what it has to be. Come on. Ah, alright, that's a little lazier than I would have hoped for, but that's still cool. A ROM hack, I can't be too upset about it. Ah! Let's try that again. It's close enough. I mean, the original one was already just a super robot version of a hunter-killer anyway, whatever, right? Ah, dang it. Okay. I do need to start wrapping up here at some point. I'm just trying to make sure this is at least something of a substantial stream for as short as it's going to be. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised at how quickly I got good at this. I acclimatized to the way this plays very quickly. Which is a testament to how well made this game is, frankly. I want to try and get to stage 3 of this. Honestly, we made it on the Raft World ROM. I want to see if we can make it that far on the Terminator version. Just because I want to see, because you all know they had to change up those robot sprites just a bit, right? They would have been crazy to not do that. Alright, here we go again. Whoops. If we can do this. Damn it. Come on, I can do this. It's like every 4 of those, There we go! Yeah! Alright, we get to go to level 3. And level 3, I swear, this is the one where you just stop and go, yeah, this is a Terminator game, you know? Just look at this. look at this. Yeah, they did change up those. I was hoping they changed up those robots. Perfect. Now. Now. Here we go. You have returned. Sorry, I stepped out to take a call. No worries, Falco. We're playing the Terminator ROM hack of Journey to Silius again, just to compare the differences between the actual official game and this ROM hack that turns the game back into the Terminator game it started as. Which, yeah, no, this is solid. Okay, there we go. Fuck. I have one more game I want to show you guys once we're done here, before we wrap it up. And it's, again, like I said, it's an obscure Sunsoft game. Not one I think a lot of people remember, because, hell, how many of you in chat knew Sunsoft made some arcade games, right? Now. And for Falco specifically, I believe what you would know Sunsoft for is they made Blaster Master. Oh shit, that's not a great place. Ah. Currently playing Pokerogue. They finally... Ah, nice! I know you like that game. Well, I shouldn't be on too much longer. It's gonna be a short show today. Planning to raid Grant because he's playing Terminator on the Sega CD. Which is what I was originally planning to play today before I wound up running late. So, I'll have to go and check that out in a bit, but now... Figured I'd check out, I'd show people the history of Terminator 1 on NES. Specifically the shitty game we got in 1992, and this much better game that we should have gotten in 1990. But, this game wound up losing the license, and became its own thing called Journey to Silius. To be fair, Journey to Silius is amazing. I would not have it any other way. But, yeah. Definitely a level of wishing that we had gotten a better Terminator game than we wound up getting. Fuck. That bites. I still have to continue. Okay, nice. And man, I want to get into more of the stages of this game just to check, but like from just the first 3 stages alone, yeah, no shit, this was supposed to be a Terminator game, you know? Like, I mean, you start out in the ruined overworld with the nuked city in the background. Then you go into the underground section where humanity lives. Yeah, the ruined future of the movie, right? Right? And then you get to the, you get to Cyberdyne, essentially, right? Like Skynet. That's where we are right now. Inside of Skynet's fortress. That's the idea here. Now, I don't know what lies for us after here, but if this were a Terminator game, the next step would be sending us back to 1984, right? We beat whatever monsters at the end of here and it lets us teleport back. I somehow doubt that the ending stages of this game will take us back to 1984, but I am curious to see what they hold for us, because yeah, these first 3 stages alone, that's a Terminator game. No. Right, here we go. Oh. Fuck! Come on, we can make it. It is weirdly counterintuitive, but this is a game that actually rewards aggressiveness. Like, it wants you to be constantly moving forward and firing. That's the main thing I figured out, is that I'm at my best when I'm making sure to run forward constantly and firing to make sure to take out whatever's coming up on screen. It is a weirdly aggressive running gun. The T2 game looks closer to the movie, like faithful. Well, yeah, obviously that's what the new Terminator 2 game's going for. Billy, why would they make a new Terminator 2 game and not try to make it faithful to the movie? And hey, I know we like to rip on the games that got released, but like Terminator 2 on NES and Terminator 2 on Super Nintendo, they do actually follow the movie's plot. Like, for everything we can complain about those games for, and there is a lot, they follow the game's plot. They follow the movie's plot pretty closely. Like, they actively try to have different stages based off parts of the movie. Like, hate on the games, they're terrible. They play awful. But to say that they're not being faithful to the movie is kinda a bald-faced lie. That's bullshit. Also, faithlessness is not the word you were looking for. Fuck! Man, the minute those things get on you, it's game over. Fuck! Well, yeah, but just because the gameplay's shit for both of them doesn't mean that it's not faithful to the movie, Billy. Do you think that by somehow having shit gameplay that automatically makes them not faithful? Like, oh, this game plays like shit, therefore it's not actually following the events of the movie, because the movie wouldn't play like shit. That makes zero sense. You can't just say something's not faithful to the movie because the movie wouldn't be shit. That's very silly. Also, to be fair, I've never actually played the Terminator NES game, so I actually don't have, well, the Terminator 2 NES game. But I actually don't have an opinion on that one. And you haven't either, so... Now. What? Aw. Yep, going down. Fantastic Blaze again with Ability in the wilds. That's awesome. Nice. Darn it, I wanted to jump. Oh, yep. Ah, shit. Ah! I didn't jump at the right thing. Speed boost go brrr. I wish I had a speed boost. I like going fast in video games. Fuck. I really want to see if I can make the end of the stage. Fuck. Whoa! Okay. Or what did you do to the future? we went to the timeline where Sunsoft's Terminator game actually existed for a bit. Alright, so there you go, guys. 1989 it says here. That's when this game was in development and then it got canceled. Journey to Silius would come out in 1990. And then 2 years later, the actual Terminator NES game would come out. And does anybody need a reminder of how that turned out? Real quick. Y'all want a reminder? Y'all want a reminder of how that turned out? No, you don't? Well, too fucking bad. It's my show. Real quick, here you go. Just a reminder. And everybody, get ready to hear that lovely soundtrack again for this game. Mindscape and Radical Entertainment. No LGN to be found here, so therefore it must be good. No LGN, it's Mindscape and Radical Entertainment. They're radical, how could it be shit? Oh no. My jump and shoot buttons are backwards, your jumps are delayed, that animation that happens when you push them that makes jumping so much difficult. The controls are slippery, and shooting, when you push the shoot button, you go into what I can only describe as a shooting mode, where your character ducks down, takes a knee, and then will fire in one of 3 directions that you can pick from. cannot stress enough. This came out in 1992. December of 1992. Terminator 2 was already out. The Super Nintendo was already out. More than that, 2 years before this, Sunsoft released Journey to Silius. Fire below them, kiss you. Yeah, this game is fucking awful. But I think I've made my point tonight. Have I? Everybody in chat who's been watching, are you beginning to get the picture? This is the product of incompetence and a rushed development. Of developers who do not understand the NES versus developers that did understand the NES. Developers who wanted to deliver a good product versus guys who just wanted to get paid. This is the difference between art and product. Are you beginning to get the big picture here, everybody? Like, I'm sorry, for 1992, this is inexcusably bad. Like, I feel like I'm making my point here. Again, Journey to Silius was 1990. This was 92. I cannot stress enough, this game looks like it came out in the early years of the NES. But it came out towards the end of its lifespan. It came out 2 years after a more superior Terminator game was in development, and then got its license pulled and had to be reworked into something else. It came out when the Super Nintendo already existed. It came out when Terminator 2 had already existed. It's the best year in gaming, no excuse for this. This is just inexcusable. This was, guys, we've been trying to get a Terminator game done for years now. We need something, anything. Just get this shit out so we can pay for it. Meanwhile, Sunsoft's biggest crime was their ambition. They wanted to make like a big cinematic Dragon's Lair type experience for their Terminator NES game. Admittedly, this is back in an era where their NES development wasn't quite at its peak. We think about Sunsoft, and we think about the good times, Journey to Silius, Blaster Master, Gremlins 2, Batman. We think about that stuff. But we forget that this is also the company that created the NES version of Platoon, the NES port of Spy Hunter, NES port of Xenophobe. None of which are... Okay, Platoon's pretty bad, but like Spy Hunter, Xenophobe, they're serviceable ports, but they're not anything amazing. No. It would take a while for Sunsoft to become the Sunsoft we all think of. But then they'd start hitting their stride, and they would also decide to rework the NES Terminator game they were working on into something a little more doable, like a run and gun, a really awesome run and gun. But by the time they had started that project, it was too fucking late. Oh my gosh. I hate these grenades. Fuck you. I haven't made it past this screen yet, just for the record. For the T2 games around the same time too? I don't know. I didn't do enough research to find out. Fuck. Breaking my stride. This game is gonna break my stride. I hate that I nailed that on the first try. Ah, fuck. Fuck this game. Gotta keep on moving. Right. Alright. And yeah, I don't know. When did the Terminator 2 game come out? Let's check real quick. 1991? There's no fucking way. This came out before the Terminator 1 game. I'm gonna throw things. I'm not actually gonna play a ton of this, but let's just take a quick look here. Because I want to bet you guys. I'm gonna make a bet. This plays better than Terminator 1. You want to bet? I mean, yeah, the Terminator instantly feels way more controllable than Kyle Reese did. I mean, this is a shit beat 'em up, but target program, okay. Use arrows to locate targets. Find leader, okay. The music's better, the presentation's better, the controls are better. This came out before. I cannot stress enough, this came out before the other game. Ah, terminated. That's a pretty good game over screen. Pretty good. Now. Fuck. Yeah, it's still pretty bad, but it instantly controls way better than the other game did. How are these guys beating up a Terminator with their bare hands? Like, these gotta be the baddest dudes on the planet if they're beating up a Terminator with their bare hands, right? Damn it. I'm dead. Yeah, something like that. I have one more unit. Oh no. Okay. Oh, okay. And into the bar. Hello? Not doing that. Ah. Oh, that's fair. Oh, fuck you. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that plays a little better. I don't know. Alright, I told you guys there'd be one more thing to do before we wrapped up for the night, and I have no intention of playing all the way through this game, but I just want to show you guys something. So I think by now we're all pretty familiar with the aesthetic of Journey to Silius, Wrath World, Sunsoft's Terminator, whatever you want to call it. So what would y'all say if I were to tell you there is an arcade game that Sunsoft made? As far as I'm aware, they only ever made 2 arcade games, both of which are direct rip-offs of other games. One of them is the beat-em-up known as Tough Turf, which is a pretty straightforward Double Dragon beat-em-up. Well, Double Dragon rip-off beat-em-up. I actually like Tough Turf. Tough Turf's fun. I've played it on here before. I don't know if anybody remembers it, but Tough Turf's cool. But then they made a second one. They made a second arcade game. That's a rip-off of a different thing. Frankly, with our other sitting here, I can show off something about it. No way. I know that it was too old. How? It's not. I can look into it myself. Is the point? I'll look into it. But anyway, here you go, guys. This is Beirut by Sunsoft and Sega, but it was Sunsoft who made it. And this is a very clear up of another game. But take a look at the way the first level looks. You go ahead and start. Press start. You ready? Dispatch orders. Tom, your mission is now clear. You must infiltrate the enemy air trip and find safe passages to the embassy. Yeah. Here we go. Check this out.
Let's go.
I don't know why it's X lets you get your weapon. I think you gotta pick up some before you lose that. Yeah, there's a weapon power right here if you want it. I forgot that happens. There you go. You got your clothes already? Well, we're not playing Terminator 2 anymore, Billy. We're playing Beirut, which is a Sunsoft arcade game that I felt kind of fit the aesthetic. Bit of a forgotten game, too. Now maybe we'll know this one. Although, if it helps you to pretend this is a Sarah Connor and, I don't know, Arnold Schwarzenegger T-800 running through here, go nuts, I guess. I can't even see those turrets. That's shit. I think that's light. There you go. You cannot see those turrets. That's awful. Damn it. Kidding me? Really? Double Dragon with Billy, it's called Contra. I mean, the game's Beirut, but come on, this is a Contra ripoff. Double Dragon with guns? What? What on earth is that comparison? No, not never mind. You can't say that when you do stuff like that, dude. You're the one who called the Double Dragon with guns. Now I'm gonna call every Contra game that. You don't get to live that down. You don't get to just forget you said that. Gosh, I forgot how cheap this game is. Just like, this is a cheeseburger vehicle, basically. Buddy, you say silly, dude, if you say stupid shit, we're gonna make fun of you for it, so, you know. Think before you open your mouth, I guess. We just murdered the ED-209. Aiden Rondo. Or like Rondo play this piece of shit. Damn it. Why my voice cracked there? You know, something chaotic like this really does make you appreciate how tightly designed Contra is, doesn't it? Oh, it's the ultimate enemy. A box. True enemy of mankind. A box. I think it's confused. Hurry up, it says. Oh, come on. Not hurry up, let us hit the damn thing. Oh. That's a good idea. There we go. Oh, we got our ass to Mars. Oh wait, no. Okay. From the speeder bike section. Not that that makes any difference in a game like this where you die so easily and then you come back on your second life with no extra health. Hell is that? Hey, I have 4 max health. Oh wait, no, I have a back end too. That's the way we wash our hands. La 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 la. I do love the can weehoo when he does that. Billy. What? Stay dead! No, stay dead! Okay. I give up. That is such a kooky idea. Okay, see, now it's just something like Journey to Silius here. But yeah, anybody in chat familiar with this one? Any of you ever heard of this? There we go, we took him out. Nice. Okay, these things are the worst. Caterpillar. Looking less like Terminator, more like something out of Alien now. Okay. What the fuck? Where'd the name go? I just noticed this thing has two separate bars. It's fun. Fun. So where'd they take the babe? What? That's fun. Good. Being a fucking stupid. Sadly, no, I am not. Suffer. Gotta be putting a new coin in here every 3 minutes. Okay, now that's just... The end. What a game. What an adventure. You walk in bed. What? Well, there we go, guys. That was Beirut by Sunsoft. We beat at least one game tonight. So, any thoughts about that? What about you? That just made you really appreciate how well Contra plays, didn't it? The gameplay was... Putting into the game, oh boy, we get to put our names in. Oh. Yeah, because you got the bonus points at the end. I have no idea. Again, that just made you appreciate how well designed Contra is, didn't it? Hell on earth. Apparently you still get to put in name. Seriously though, how did they Again, you just really are appreciating right now the fact that Contra is such a well-designed game, aren't you? I think I liked it better when they ripped off, let's see, this is Double Dragon with guns, so I liked it better when they ripped off Contra with fists. Tough Turf was way better. There you go, everybody, that was Beirut. Alright, everybody, whoever's still watching, this is the wrap-up part of the show, so let's wrap. We're supposed to wrap at this part?
Well, I don't know any rapping in rap.
It's The Legend of Zelda, and it's pretty rad. Those creatures from Ganon are pretty bad. I'll do the whole thing. I'll make that a redeem someday. Somebody give me a ridiculous amount of points, and I do the whole Zelda rap, right? Anyway, so anybody out there in chat, we're wrapping up the show now, so if you want to say something, now's the time to say it. I was intending to do the Sega CD Terminator game, which my brother will confirm. That game's awesome. That game rules. But I wound up not having as much time as I would have liked to dedicate to it. We're at 4 hours now, though. Nearly 5. Okay, so we lasted a little longer than I intended. It's now 12:50. Oh, wow. Okay. Anyway, so I made things a little bit interesting. We look at that shitty Terminator NES game. Good riddance. I don't want to play that again. Terminator 2 is a little better, not much. Not much better. But then I showed you all a lot of Journey from Silius, or Journey to Silius, which we also saw the Japanese version of, Wrath World, and we also saw the Terminator hack of, and Journey to Silius. If there's any takeaway from this stream, it's that Journey to Silius is awesome and you should all play it. That's your takeaway here. Journey to Silius rules. You want to play it? It's on Nintendo Switch Online. You can play it that way. There's also Sailing the Seven Seas. If you have an actual NES, you can pick up an actual cartridge of it. It's not the worst game in terms of price to pick up. Whatever you do, find it, play it, love it. That's the best way to enjoy Journey to Silius. Have you ever played Journey to Silius? You should. It's really good. And then we wrapped up with some Beirut on on the arcade system by Sunsoft. I vastly prefer Tough Turf. Tough Turf actually rules. This is not a good Double Dragon with guns. But Tough Turf is a good Contra with fists. Anyway, we're gonna wrap up now, but if you want more Terminator, we're raiding over to my buddy Grant, who's doing his own Terminator stuff, and we're both doing Terminator because a new Terminator game has been announced that we're really excited for. My brother has already decided he's gonna having you. You're like, I'm gonna buy it. Have you looked on the Switch shop to see if it's up there yet? You should see if the pre-order's up and see if the price is something. Also, we might as well keep an eye out to see if there's a... Wait. That's worth doing. Anyway. So, yeah. Alright, let me get the raid to Grant started. Yeah, that's about it. Maybe I'll be back on tomorrow for some Terminator Sega CD if I can get the timing to work. I won't have to construct a whole new playlist, at least. It would be... I almost kind of think it'd be fun to do like a Terminator theme month. The problem is that I can't think of enough games to fill it out with, because most of the Terminator games are terrible. Sega CD Terminator's cool. Journey to Silius rocks. I cannot think of any other Terminator games I would want to play on here. So in that case, I'd have to look up and see if I can find some games that are inspired by Terminator instead. See what I can find for that. We might be able to get something out of that, but I'm not too picky about any of it. Anyways, let's see here. Is he still playing? He is still playing. Awesome. He is still online with Sega CD Terminator. So let me get our raid going. So raid an arcade. All right, everybody. Well then, you all know what part of the show it is now. This is the wrap up. Gonna get out of here. I hope everybody had fun today. So, this has been Quinn Michael and the Ominoid. Quinn Michael and the Ominoid from Shaggy Turtle Studios, Channel 14, WNBI TV, where we're high on retro junk. And like it or not, thank you, Zatara. It was fun. Honestly, the Journey to Silius stuff was fun. Anyway, like it or not, I'll be back next time. Let's go watch some Sega CD Terminator now. Goodbye. We'll see how long it takes for the intro to play this time. Or the outro. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. The show's over. Let's go watch Grant play a better game. I'm gonna put a raid message down. Hold on. Okay. You're still here? It's over. Go home. Wait a second. I didn't raid properly. Oh. I'm smart. Hold on, everybody. Stick here for just a second. There we go. There's the raid message. Okay, everybody. So copy and paste the "there is no fate but we make for ourselves" message in the Grant's chat, please. Is everybody on board with that? Cause wow, yeah. That was not what I meant to do. Wow. Okay. I'm not gonna run the outro again. We'll just leave this like this. I've gotta shut off the stream after we raid. That... I thought I raided properly, but I used the wrong slash. Okay, let's get the raid going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.